Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and I've got headlines for you because I was on Twitter and I started coming up with article after article after article, and it's like, oh, I just want to share them all with you. So I'm going to go through several of them here. Not really going to go into depth in any of the articles, but I want to go through them. And then I have tons of subpoenas and letters and things that I am wading through, and I will try to get those up for Wednesday's video. But there's just so many of them. I mean, the Dems have been going subpoena crazy again. So anyway, I'm going to try to sort through them and give you the most pertinent and interesting ones so, you can be informed there. But anyway, I wanted to start with this because we need to get this out. It's doing pretty well for its second day, but we need to continue sharing this often on Twitter and Facebook and anywhere else you can share it, because we really need to target these Democrats who are candidates and who are sitting in judgment on matters concerning Trump. Trump is their opponent. There's no reason why they should be allowed to sit on committees when the matter is concerning Trump. Now, I have no problems with them being on the same committee for something that has nothing to do with Trump. That's something else. But right now, if they're in impeachment investigation mode, there's no way in the world they should be sitting on those investigation committees, because they're his opponent. They stand to benefit by trying to take him down or to make him look guilty. So we need to spread this around. This is to have them recuse themselves on any matters either the House or the Senate that concern investigating a first-term president who is seeking re-election. And in this case would happen to be President Trump. And please don't read anything into this putting Mr. Trump down here. It's just I was running out of character count because I only had like 3 characters left and president just did not fit. So anyway, I wanted to show you this. See, it's at $4.99 right now. Let me show you something really bizarre. Now keep your eyes right here. I'm going to refresh the page, and when I refresh the page, watch what happens. It's very quick, but watch it. Did you see it go up to 502 and then it went down to $4.99 again? Yeah, kind of weird, isn't it? This happened once before on one that I was monitoring, and I don't know why it works, but that's the way it seems to happen. So hey, if you haven't already signed this petition, I would love for you to sign it and share it with people. You just put in your first name, your last name, your email address. You can unclick this if you don't want to get anything from the White House, and then you click on this, and then it's going to pop up a screen that says, hey, don't forget, you've got to go verify something in your email. And so you go to your email and you just click on the thing and it will verify it. So you're not actually signed until you go to your email and click that. So make sure you do that, all right? And no, you don't have to sign up for any kind of account here or anything like that. You really don't. If you want to, though, you can. You can always sign up and, make your own petition. If you've got something like maybe you want to get rid of Adam Schiff as the House Intel Committee chairman. That sounds like a good one too. I bet we could get a lot of signatures on that one. But we really have to get this out. We need to spread it as far as we can to as many people as we can. It usually takes people 2 or 3 times to be presented with something before they actually take action. But this is something we can all do. It costs absolutely nothing, just a few minutes of your time. And I'm sorry, I think it's only for U.S. citizens. So for those of you who are viewers from other countries, I wish you guys could sign it because I know there's an awful lot of you. And unfortunately, it seems like people from outside the United States seem to have a better grasp on what's going on in our country and why we need to have something like this done. So, Americans sometimes are a little behind the gap on that. But anyway, I wanted to present that to you. The link will be down below in the description. So please share it and send it around. And now that it's over 150, we should be listed. People should be able to search the site for it. But you have to have at least 150 before it'll do that. Anyway, so let's get going with what we've got. This is one tweet that I found, and this is by Katrina. I have no idea who Katrina is, but a kudos to Katrina for posting this. She is a legal immigrant and proud, grateful American citizen, conservative patriot. So go for it, Katrina. So let's see. It says, was this the investigation into Joe and Hunter Biden scandal? May 2014, Obama's press secretary answers hard-hitting questions from ABC's John Karl. And notice the smiley face there. What did the VP's office say when you followed up, Mr. Karl? Essentially the same thing. So, let me play that for you.
Hunter Biden has now taken a position with the largest oil and gas company, holding company in Ukraine. Is there any concern about at least the appearance of a conflict there? To the Vice President.
I would refer you to the Vice President's office. I saw those reports. Hunter Biden and other members of the Biden family are obviously private citizens, and where they work is not does not reflect an endorsement by the administration or by the Vice President or President. But I would refer you to the Vice President's office.
He sure didn't have a follow-up question there. It was almost like they were all, yep, don't say anything. No, we cannot talk about this. This must not be discussed. So I doubt if he went to the VP's office and asked the same thing, but maybe he did. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. It's kind of interesting, though, because right now the press is acting like, oh, we've never heard of this before. And yet back in 2014, questions were being asked about it. But nobody wanted to talk about it, at least not in the Obama administration. And in those days, the press just didn't seem motivated to dig up any dirt on anyone in the Obama administration. So, yeah. Anyway, so I've got that one for you. I wanted to show you this, too. This is from the DC Patriot, came out on the 30th. And it says, backfired. Donna Brazile's poll shows 91% support for Trump. This is one of the funniest stories of the weekend. Never trumping Donna Brazile, the former DNC chair who gave debate answers to perennial loser Hillary Clinton in the 2016 presidential debates, made a poll on her Twitter. The voting by the American people backfired, and over 91% voted for Trump. Here's the question posed to her followers and fellow Americans. Is Donald Trump a legitimate president? Look at that. 91% said yes. And look how many votes. I mean, this wasn't a small amount of people either. That's pretty funny. I don't think she expected it to go that way. This is what is really amusing about these Democrats. They're putting out these polls and they expect things to go the way they think, their little bubble is thinking. And they come up with results like this and it's like, whoa, I guess we were wrong. And then what happens? They try to hide it. I'm surprised she didn't delete it. I don't know if she did. I didn't go to it. But anyway, that's pretty funny there. Thank you, DC Patriot. So this one I'm not going to really talk about because there have been a lot of people who have had some significant problems with videos where things are said about this person. So I'm not going to say much, but in my opinion, this is pretty bad. And, being a Bible-believing Christian, I am very offended by this. And then down here, it says more. Look at this announcement. Jesus of Nazareth has now appointed one of his successors. I don't think so. All right, so I'm going to leave that, but I want to remind you of something. This whole climate stuff, folks, it reminds me of this verse. This is out of Romans chapter 1, verse 25. They exchanged the truth about God for a lie and worshipped and served created things rather than the Creator. See, this is what's really happening. That the creation is being exalted above humans, but more importantly, above God. So, yeah, that's what really bothers me. I think a lot of it is just plain old paganism. So, anyway, but this is another one here. This is from the Gateway Pundit, and we have breaking exclusive. Pelosi neck deep in Ukraine. Female Ukrainian party girl connected to military and government is her legislative aide. Yeah, so Nancy, explain this for me, okay? Look at this. She's neck deep in Ukraine politics. Of course they don't want Donald Trump looking into it because they all have these Ukrainian connections. And of course, here we have her legislative aide, Ivana Voronovic, is from the Ukraine and is connected to the Ukrainian embassy, the Ukrainian military, the Ukrainian government, and Ukrainian party life. So yeah, why is she there? I don't know. There's more to the article down here if you want to read it, and some other pictures that go along with it. So yeah, I just can't understand why these Democrats don't want people looking into Ukraine. Gosh. Yeah, so that's a major reason why they're trying to put the kibosh on the, Ukraine investigation of any kind. This was an interesting little clip. I'm not going to actually play the clip, but it's on this page if you want to watch it. But, the CIA officer that Tucker had on tells Tucker why Trump should ask the Senate to investigate the CIA. And I do think the Senate should. I think there's a lot that's been going on in the CIA. And, this guy right here, he's a former CIA officer. And, he pretty much says this was not a typical whistleblower complaint. That's not the way they look. That's not the way they come across. And it just, it wasn't right because he himself has been a whistleblower before. He's put in a whistleblower complaint. And he said, that's just not the way it happens. And he said, it looks like a legal document. It doesn't look like a whistleblower complaint. And that leads me to believe that this whistleblower that we're talking about is just a face of an entire group that's at the CIA that's pushing this forward. Yep, I think so too. I think it's a composite person. It's not just really one. So I don't know. He says that it would have had to have gone across Gina Haspel's desk. Yeah, I don't know what to think. Okay, I really don't. Because I know the 17th letter of the alphabet seemed to speak positively about her. And so I thought she was one of the white hats. But in this case, procedure would have required her to pass that whistleblower complaint on. So it's not like she could have taken it and kept it from going anywhere. So I don't know what the situation was there. And I don't know, again, I'm not going to say definitively that she's a white hat because this whole operation has been something where it's hard to say one person is definitely this or definitely that because it just surprises us. We never know. Sometimes they turn. So this is another one. This is what Sarah Carter put up on her site. Hillary Clinton questions Trump's decision to use secure server to store his calls. Oh, if you've got the stomach, you can watch this little clip here. But I did. And she basically says, in the Obama administration, we would never do anything like that. And, well, part of the reason is because Hillary Clinton evidently didn't believe anything should be on a secure server. I mean, secure server? What's that? No. You mean the server in my bathroom that I'm going to take care of it with bleach bit and everything? Oh, so yeah, she's saying that that would never have happened. Well, actually, his question to her was, don't you think you would have said to Obama, maybe you shouldn't be putting pressure on someone to force them to do something for you? And she laughed and she said, oh, no, I'd never have said that to him. Well, of course she wouldn't have said that to him because she was all for putting pressure on people and trying to blackmail them into doing stuff. So anyway, I'll leave this down below. You can watch the video if you've got the stomach for it. But, Stephen Colbert's bad enough, and then add Hillary Clinton to it and Chelsea there. Oy. That'll give me nightmares tonight. Just watch. So anyway, let me go on. How about this one? This is, the House Ethics Committee is looking into payments made to Rashida Tlaib. Oh, surprise, surprise. Yeah, there's a House Ethics complaint. And it's because she received, let's see, it says here, She did not disclose, the committee did not disclose the nature of the complaint against Ms. Tlaib, but she has faced questions recently about collecting paychecks from her campaign after Election Day in violation of campaign finance rules. And campaign records showed that she paid herself $17,500 in salary after the midterm elections in what appeared to be a violation of the rules, according to a report in March by the Washington Free Beacon. So evidently now there is an actual, ethics complaint against her. So I wanted to show you this because you may not be aware of it, but yes, there is a Congressional Ethics Office. Now, there is an ethics committee in Congress, but there's also this Office of Congressional Ethics, which is separate from that. Anyone, any American can make a submission here, but use it judiciously. I'm giving you great power, but be careful, okay? Use it wisely. Don't put in silly stuff. Put in something that you actually have documentation for. And you will have to provide your real name and real information here when you turn in this. And you do need to even put in a phone number. So you're going to be on the record as having put this in. So make sure that you've got that straight. Now, the subject of allegation, here's where you're going to put that person's name in, and you're going to have to give the date the alleged conduct occurred and concise statement of facts. You're going to have to lay it out. So you don't do this for just fun or just for being a pain in the butt. You got to do this for a real reason. Now, I would say Adam Schiff doing what he did, where he lied and put words in the president's mouth about what that whole Ukrainian phone call was about, that I think was an ethics violation. Now, I'm not real familiar with the rules of the House, and you do have to say the law, regulation, or rule that they allegedly violated. And it does say if known, so I suppose you could probably put something in there. You could still file a complaint even if you don't know what rule it violated. But if you do know their rules, you're going to be better off. And I would assume that they're somewhere on here. Citizen's Guide, that would probably be a really good place to go. And so here's, if you've got any potential witnesses, copies of any documents, and then you have to submit this. So please remember, take this seriously. This is not to be taken lightly. It's not for something that is not really an ethics violation. But I'll tell you what, these Dems just seem to be making more and more of them all the time. So I do think that you should be able to, come up with some. And if you're somebody that really gets into this kind of stuff, research this, be a watchdog, kind of take that on yourself. Anyway, I wanted to share those with you because, another call to action. We just need to start doing things and using the tools available to us to make a difference. Call your senators, call your representatives, tell them that they need to take these Democrat candidates out of their committees, at least in the matters that concern Trump. It's not right for them to be on there and then to be his political opponent. So, we need to make ourselves known. And there's so many ways we have that we can do that now. You can go to their websites and you can just fill out the little form there and send it to them. It's probably even more effective than sending an actual letter through snail mail. Because I remember reading on the White House website that it's actually more effective to send that email one than it is to send a real one. Because I think the real ones have to be, go through a process to make sure they're not dangerous or anything like that. And, when you get an email, it's just kind of benign. So that's really where we're at. And I wanted to give you this tool because, remember, I'm a teacher. I like to give you tools so you can, do more and you can put things together yourself and, get the work done. And this is one of the things that we can use. And, Crew's been using this for a long time, so why shouldn't we be able to use it and to start taking down some of these people? And that's something that is a very distinct possibility with this whistleblower thing, since the deep state has opened it up like they have. Now it's very possible that a lot of the patriots could start putting in whistleblower information about not patriots, but about deep state players. So that could be something interesting that's going to start happening too, because of course, now you don't have to be a witness to it. All you have to do is say, hey, I heard so-and-so did something. Yeah, really takes a lot away. And as far as I know, there's no penalty for, making a false claim. Although probably then you wouldn't be protected as a whistleblower, so you could be fired. So I guess that would be a result that could happen. But right now, we've got some deep state players that you saw in the other video where John Brennan was calling them all to action. Well, I think that's definitely what we're going to be seeing in the near future. Anyway, so that's what I've got for you on this one. I know it was kind of, several different headlines, but all the links will be down below and you can read the articles in depth. I gave you a little bit of an overview of them, but it's just amazing the stuff that's coming out. And one of the things that I wanted to point out is that if you've noticed this particular one, in the past, the deep state, the media and the Democrats, they would work together and they would blow something up and it would rumble and rumble and rumble for a long time. And they'd get a lot of dirt out there and a lot of mileage out of it before the truth really came out. Look how fast the truth has come out on this. I mean, it's been amazing. And to me, this is a huge thing because it's a big turn in the way things are happening. And it shows me that people are starting to really question what's going on. And when we're told things, they're not just going to sit back and go, well, I guess, the media told me, so that must really be what's in that transcript of the call. So I'll just take their word for it. A lot more people are actually reading things now. And that is very good news because when people are informed, they're going to see where the corruption really lies. And it sure isn't with Trump. So anyway, that's what I've got for you on this one. I want to thank you for stopping by. And don't forget to sign the petition, okay? I'll see y'all later.